So today we're going to speak about the USDZAR, and as always, we're going to look at the fundamental data, the order flow data, as well as the sentiment data as well. But let's start with the technical data. So firstly, what we can see on the USDZAR from a monthly perspective, we can see how the market had broken above this very strong area of resistance. So this area acted as resistance not once, not twice, but thrice. Now, after the market breaks resistance, all of this resistance became support. So we can expect the market, we can definitely expect the market to pull in higher from here. Next thing, we drop down on the weekly time frame. Now, what we can see on the weekly time frame over here, excuse me, is we had this nice clear impulse. Now after an impulse, you obviously expect a correction to at least the 0.382. The way you do that is take your Fibonacci from the low to the high, and you can see how the market had tested the 0.382 twice. Now the 0.382 is the first Fibonacci level that tells us that if the market rejects this level, that the bullish momentum is quite strong. So we can definitely expect the market to continue higher from here as well. Now, dropping down on the daily time from what we can see over here is we can see how the market, this area acted, this was a very strong structural area in the market. This area acted as resistance. The market broke above that, it became support. We had multiple tests there. We had that fake out, market broke back above. And you can see how the market is busy trying to continue higher. Now, first things we need to do is let's look at the order flow data. So what the biggest banks, hedge funds, and institutions are doing in the market. So this was based off the last report. So we can see here hedge funds had added 1.144k long positions, and they've also added 135 short positions here as well. Now the overall net positions for the US for the ZAR had increased. Also keep in mind when you look at data for the ZAR, you're actually looking at data for the USDZAR because all currencies traded on the spot trades against the USD. Now we can see there's obviously been an increase in long positions, and the overall net positions had increased as well. But we need to be mindful of the current state that we are in at the moment as well. Starting off with the fundamental data, ESCOM infrastructure hit by a wave. Boom, right there. So we know that ESCOM plays a big role in terms of the economy because why? They provide power to all businesses, and if they have been struggling to keep up with with reducing the amount of load shedding that we get. So that's one wrong move for South Africa as well. Okay, next headline, if e-tolls are scrapped, fuel will become even pricier. Okay, fuel will become more pricier. We're already saying at 19 bucks at the moment. And it's already hard on the consumer as it is. If this does increase, we obviously can expect, things to get even more tough for South Africans as well, because this will definitely impact us negatively, because an increase in fuel prices means that you need to start spending more money on traveling costs, and that means less money to spend, less money to spend on other things that helps drive the economy in general. Also, the most important thing is the South African GDP growth rate. We could see it sank by 1.5% over year. The previous was 1.1 this year. Sorry, based off Q3, we saw a negative 1.5%, and it's not like it was not expected, because we went from a positive 1.2 to a negative 1.5 in Q3. And we can also expect this trend to happen because we've got the Omicron virus that's also looking to impact the and as well. Now looking at the most important news for the USD fundamental data, we can see here the United States initial job claims report that came out actually dropped by 284 based off the 227 that was previously. Now this is good, meaning that the less people that file for unemployment benefits means less people are losing their jobs. Ultimately, this could give us positive data for the NFP next month, seeing that less people had filed for unemployment benefits. Okay, now going back to the sentiment data, we can see how over 88% of retail traders are short, so they're selling, and 12% of them are buying. Trust me, you don't want to sell. So what we can expect here, coming back to what we have over here, is we can expect this market to go and test this level over there. So we can expect the USDZAR to go and test that level before going higher. Why? Because from a technical perspective, the market is currently testing resistance. Now, once resistance gets broken, it becomes support. So what you need to wait for is you need to wait for the market to break and close on the daily time frame above the structural area, and then on the retest you could potentially look for a nice longing opportunity also, um, from here all the way up until there. Let me just clear that. So what you want to wait for is you want to wait for a daily break above this area. The market will test that structure there. On the retest, you want to start waiting for the market to provide you a nice confirmation, and then you can start looking for potential buy. Now, thank you so much for your time. Don't forget to leave a like, and if you're new here, hit that subscribe button, because I will be posting at least 1 to 2, maybe even 3 videos, not just breakdown videos, but also some educational videos also as we move forward. Now, thank you so much for your time, guys. I appreciate it. Cheers for ears.